What if Tyrantrum was in Gen 1 OU? I made this today because I saw that new Jurassic Park movie, and my feelings towards how this does in Gen 1 are very similar to my thoughts on that movie. I thought this thing was going to be really, really cool, but there's not really too much action you can do with it. And this is with giving it Head Smash. I'm pretty sure this is probably a Rampardo's signature move, but I tried looking it up. I tried, asking Google if it was a signature move, and I saw Head Smash, so I didn't trust it, but, what were we supposed to do with this thing if we couldn't? Yeah, this guy really do I want to say he sucks? Yes, I do. This is like a NU level Pokemon. Which is a shame, because most of its stats aren't really that bad. The attack and defense are good, and for a rock type, it's absolutely what you want for a physical defender. HP is pretty good. 71 is the lowest it could be without being completely unviable. You are one speed point ahead of Cloyster while having super effective coverage, and that is mandatory, and the only reason I'm not calling this thing PU trash. But man, Head Smash doing half recoil, that is rough, buddy. And you don't have Sword Stance, not even Sharpen. You don't really have ways to do more damage. And you have Rest, but you're just not getting any good opportunities to use it. Thankfully, Head Smash and Earthquake gives universal coverage, but everything's so fast, and 59 special defense is not good in this generation, especially when you're weak to ice. It's an uphill battle, I'll tell you that. Stomp, I think, is kind of funny, and basically the idea is you stomp against Exeggutor, Snorlax, or if you want a chance at actually winning, use it against Chansey, hope you get the flinch, and if you do, you might be able to kill with Head Smash, but that's only against Chansey. Against Exeggutor and Tauros, not Tauros, or technically Tauros, but also Exeggutor and Snorlax, a single flinch into a Head Smash, assuming both aren't crits, is not enough to take them down. I could try Boogie again. I guess with 69 special attack, it's nice, but yeah, I don't think you really have any special attacks you could take advantage of with it. There's just nothing here. So, in total, we have a Pokemon that will lose most of its HP when it kills something, so it's not even a good sweeper because it dies super quickly. It has a Rock Dragon type, so it's weak to both Earthquake and Blizzard. Outsped by a lot of stuff. No special defense, so fast psychic types can kill with a crit or do half health, which is especially bad considering you are literally losing half of your HP when hitting Hit Smash. Yeah, it's bad. Worse than I thought. I didn't think this would be a big deal, but yeah, this is kind of just unusable. And these first 6 replays are actually going to be with the big 6. Or not the big 6, what am I talking about? The big 3. 6 replays of the same 3 Pokemon. That's what I was trying to say. I guess you have a good you have a decent crit rate, but if anything, it's kind of a detriment, like you saw there. You killed Tauros, but you died in the process. So, even though you would want to OHKO things with Head Smash, it's actually really bad if you do, because then you're just taking a crap ton of damage. Look at that. You didn't even kill, and that did 30% recoil. So, despite the big base power, what you have is a Pokemon that can only... oh my gosh. Tyrantrum can only really attack paralyzed Pokemon, and then only go for Head Smash when they're already around pretty low HP, so that hopefully, you're not taking too much recoil. And yeah, attacking a Pokemon that's already low HP, at that point doesn't matter using a high base power move. Rock type Hyper Beam does not matter if you can kill with Body Slam. It's rough. And that was against just a standard Snorlax set. Here's one with Reflect and Ice Beam. What the heck does Tyrantrum do here? Nothing. It already takes a third. If it wants to do real damage, it would have to use Head Smash. Earthquake and Rock Slide aren't good enough. And yeah, Rock Slide. Because you take so much recoil from Head Smash, if you have to kill something with a Rock type move for super effective coverage, you better make sure that Rock Slide can't do the job. Otherwise, you're 100% using that instead. Or Earthquake, if we're being real. Because Earthquake is just strong as super effective Rock Slide, I'm pretty sure. Oh, but it's rough. Here's another example of just it being so rough. Look at that. Chansey can go for Soft Boiled. Tyrantrum loses most of his HP. Even Submission isn't this bad. But yeah. Chansey can Paralyze, fish for a Paralysis or a Miss. And then it can survive without even fighting back. And that is pathetic. And here's one with Reflect Chansey. It just gets better and better, doesn't it? Also, I'm pretty sure... Let me pause this again. Let me look back at this other replay. How much did Head Smash do? 83? Yes, I'm pretty sure that, you know, Stomp with a flinch in the Head Smash is enough to kill. But I'm pretty sure it's only barely. As you see there, Tyrantrum barely has any HP left. Even when with Reflect, when instead of it doing half, it lost so much recoil. That is so sad. Alright. Now we're finally on different non-Big 3 Pokemon. And Zam is already doing 50%. So even though Head Smash, like technically it wins, but if Zam gets a crit, it just straight up wins. And that's sad. And here's Cloyster, who doesn't even get O-Code with Head Smash. So Blizzard is basically killing, but we could be nice and put Zam and Cloyster and could go either way. And then we got Executor, Stomp, isn't really doing that much damage. As you see there, if it can even OHKO granted, Cloyster has high defense, but still. If that can't even be OHKO'd, what chance does Executor have? 60% is a lot, but you're also taking 30 recoil. So, that recoil is what killed you there. I guess technically you could have done, like, Rock Slide, but eh. We have a bit of a lightning round. We have 2 Pokemon that can actually, you know, like, actually consider Tyrantrum a threat. Gengar here is pretty much free. Jolteon, even with crits, as long as you're not, you know, surviving a explosion, you're probably fine. And then Frictybo can probably do decent damage with Razor Leaf, but I'm pretty sure Tyrantrum can probably still win that still. Being 71 speed definitely helps you out there. So those are some decent matchups, but yeah, even then, you still lose a lot if you have to use Head Smash. And here's Jinx, you're just outsped by Jinx and killed. Moving on, and this is, I think, Rhydon. The only one that can kind of be considered even. And that's because with your good defense... Oh, wait, no. Even though you have high defense and HP, it doesn't matter. Rhydon still hits pretty hard. My bad. At the very least, though, since Earthquake 3 hits, you can win with a crit. So we were calling that could go either way. And then Slowbro. I guess your Dragon type kind of helps here. It means that Slowbro can't just immediately kill you with Surf. But having to rely on flinches with Stomp is very annoying. And when it comes to Head Smash, due to Slowbro's high defense, it can just outlast you with Rest. Granted, sometimes the damage range will be in your favor and you can two-shot. But it's still very risky. And for Slowbro, I think there's a real possibility that it's better just to go for Rest instead of going for the kill there. Because you might die, but at the same time, like you saw there, you're still alive, and you got the Tyrantrum killed anyways. Because Head Smash is a terrible, terrible move. Also, just know that I considered at some point just giving Tyrantrum Rockhead, so we can at least see how Head Smash does with Guardless. But I think at this point it's more entertaining to see just how bad it is. I don't think it's as bad as Hone Edge or Diggersby, but man, it is not very much, it's not good up there. It is struggling tremendously. Last but not least, we got Zapdos. And Tyrantrum's special defense is so bad, even a critical resisted Thunderbolt, it does two shots, which means Head Smash is a one shot for both of you. Oof. So yeah, here's the tier list. I think we can put Gengar in good. And these are good, but like with a big asterisk. Everything else I think is probably fine. So yeah, what did you think? Were you expecting Tyrantrum to be this bad? Let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know if you saw the Jurassic Park movie, and if you like it or not. But until next time, this is Groundback, and I look forward to hearing from you.